On the Brazilian stock exchange, the first Bitcoin exchange-traded fund ETF was launched. The ETF, which was announced by QR Capital, a Brazilian blockchain investment firm, intends to make Bitcoin exposure more accessible to institutions and corporations. The ETF was approved by Brazilian regulators and it now trades under the ticker QBTC11. Hello and welcome back to another video on our channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Bitcoin ETF and how it debuted on the Brazil Stock Exchange. But before going to that, there are many people who don't know what Bitcoin ETF is and why it's so important that we are making a video on it. So don't worry, we're here to explain everything to you.
To thank you for watching this video, we're offering you an absolutely free training webinar. Have you ever wondered how to end procrastination and self-sabotage so you can unleash your full potential to live the life you deserve? #1 best-selling author and high-performance coach Peter Sage is hosting a free webinar where he'll teach you how to increase your wealth with less time and struggle, and also how to hyper-boost your growth and success so you can finally break out of any rut you find yourself in. Right now, Peter and his team are offering a free $100 gift to anyone who doesn't find his webinar as the best use of their time within the last 5 years. Now, let's get back to the video.
So, what is a Bitcoin ETF? It seemed inevitable that two of the hottest investment areas would collide at some point. The prospect of an ETF that follows Bitcoin is the biggest option for this type of relationship for cryptocurrency fans and investors hoping to capitalize on the growing popularity of exchange-traded funds. However, attempting to launch the first Bitcoin ETFs has been fraught with difficulties. The reason for this is that Bitcoin, the world's most valuable cryptocurrency by market capitalization, is still mostly uncontrolled. The Securities and Exchange Commission is also skeptical of allowing a cryptocurrency ETF to be sold to the general public because it is new and mostly untested. How does a Bitcoin ETF work? Let's take a step back and define what a Bitcoin ETF is and how it works before we look at the potential benefits and hazards of a Bitcoin ETF. An exchange-traded fund is a type of investment vehicle that monitors the performance of a specific asset or a group of assets. ETFs allow investors to diversify their portfolios without having to hold the assets. ETFs are a simpler alternative to buying and selling individual assets for those who want to focus on just gains and losses. Traditional ETFs allow investors to readily diversify their holdings since they target larger baskets of names with something in common, for example, a focus on sustainability or stocks representing the video game industry and related firms. A Bitcoin ETF is a fund that tracks the price of the world's most popular digital currency. This allows investors to invest in the ETF without having to go through the time-consuming process of trading Bitcoin. Furthermore, because the ETF would not be directly invested in Bitcoin, holders will not have to worry about the complicated storage and security protocols that cryptocurrency investors must follow. But why not put your money into Bitcoin? Why bother with an intermediary if a Bitcoin ETF just replicates the cryptocurrency's price? Why not invest directly in Bitcoin? This is due to a number of factors. For starters, as previously said, investors do not need to worry about the security processes that come with holding Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Furthermore, investors do not need to deal with cryptocurrency exchanges because the ETF may be purchased and sold through standard exchanges and marketplaces. Focusing on a Bitcoin ETF rather than Bitcoin itself has another significant advantage. Because the ETF is an investment vehicle, investors who predict the price of Bitcoin will fall in the future can short sell shares of the ETF. This is impossible to achieve in the typical cryptocurrency market. If you feel the price of an underlying asset will fall, you can short sell Bitcoin ETF shares, which is an advantage you won't get if you invest in Bitcoin directly. But perhaps most importantly, ETFs are far more well known in the investment world than cryptocurrencies, despite the fact that digital coins and tokens are becoming increasingly popular. Instead of learning the ins and outs of something seemingly hard, an investor interested in digital currency may focus on trading a vehicle they already know. The road to Bitcoin ETF approval. Regulatory bodies have stymied companies attempting to develop Bitcoin ETFs. The SEC denied Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss's petition to form a Bitcoin ETF dubbed the Winklevoss Bitcoin Trust in 2017. They are well known for their role in Facebook and more recently for their Gemini digital currency exchange.
To thank you for watching this video, we're offering you an absolutely free training webinar. How would you feel knowing that you could pay every bill you have right now as well as any future bills that come in? Commission Hero is a proven system that has helped over 8,000 people earn upwards of $1,000 a day or more. The best part is that there is zero experience needed to get started. In this free training, Robbie Blanchard and his team will teach you the top 3 secrets to how and why this system works, and how it can also work for you. Join the thousands of people who have found success and financial freedom using Commission Hero. Right now, the first 100 people to use the link below will get access to this free webinar. Now let's get back to the video.
Bitcoin is traded on mostly uncontrolled exchanges, making it vulnerable to fraud and manipulation. The Winklevoss brothers were determined to succeed. The US Patent and Trademark Office granted them a patent for exchange-traded goods on June 19, 2018, for a firm called Winklevoss IP LLP. The Winklevosses aren't the only Bitcoin fans hoping to be the first to develop a successful Bitcoin ETF. SIBO Global Markets, the exchange that pioneered Bitcoin futures, thought the SEC would approve digital currency-related ETFs as well. BATS Global Markets, the exchange on which the Winklevoss ETF would have been offered, was also bought by SIBO. What is the bottom line? Despite the fact that the SEC has yet to approve any digital currency ETFs, investors remain optimistic. The chances of a Bitcoin ETF getting approved in 2018 are 90% at this moment, according to a source at the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. The reason for the adjustment could be because the crypto markets have cooled and regulators have monitored the absence of drama surrounding Bitcoin futures across numerous worldwide exchanges, according to the report. The SEC also invited public feedback on Bitcoin ETF applications, with a clear majority of participants expressing support for the proposed product. 7. If and when the first Bitcoin ETFs are introduced, they are expected to be a hit, as both cryptocurrency aficionados and traditional investors are likely to participate. As a result, the rise of Bitcoin ETFs may assist to accelerate increases in Bitcoin as well as gains across the cryptocurrency market, as many other digital currencies are closely related to Bitcoin's performance. According to a source at the SEC, Americans are transferring money to all kinds of exotic countries to invest in unregulated cryptocurrency assets with no redress. If they lose every penny they've put at risk, regulation will begin to address these concerns, allowing clients' assets to remain onshore. In Brazil, the Bitcoin ETF is a success. The Brazilian Stock Exchange has already listed the first Bitcoin ETF initiative in Latin America. QR Capital, a blockchain investment business and asset management, created the project with the goal of making Bitcoin more accessible to institutions. The Brazil Securities and Exchange Commission approved this Bitcoin ETF product in March. According to QR Capital CEO Fernando Carvalho, the solution is changing the way businesses in Brazil think about Bitcoin investments. We can see the market developing in its hunt for safer and simpler Bitcoin exposure choices, according to Carvalho. Our Bitcoin ETF is a watershed moment for both the financial and crypto markets, since it marks the intersection of the two. The Brazilian investor now has a safe and secure way to purchase Bitcoin. While other Bitcoin-based ETFs have been introduced in Canada, this is the first in Latin America. The product had a strong start, with Bitcoin prices regaining 7% over the first few hours of trading. QR's Bitcoin ETF has also a modest 0.75% yearly administration charge, which is designed to draw small investors into the Bitcoin investment sector in a regulated manner. The United States is lagging behind. Bitcoin ETFs are already being traded in Canada and Brazil. Similar files in the United States, however, have not had the same success. The Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, has routinely rejected filings from companies that offer comparable goods. These are presently more than 7 registrations in the US stock market from different companies attempting to offer this solution, as well as 2 for Ethereum-based equivalents. The SEC has stated that it will not approve these plans for a variety of reasons. A number of examples include unregulated marketplaces that are vulnerable to manipulation and price volatility. MicroStrategy and Grayscale, on the other hand, have stepped in as an unofficial replacement for these instruments, allowing for indirect exposure to the underlying assets. In any event, if a Bitcoin ETF becomes available in the United States shortly, it will considerably ease firms' access to Bitcoin. Institutions that want to invest in cryptocurrency still have a long way to go. For managers that don't want to deal with custodial liabilities and want to be protected by present market legislation, an ETF would be a great option. What are your thoughts on the first Bitcoin ETF that has been approved in Brazil? Let us know this and your other investment plannings and suggestions in the comment section down below. Do like this video and share it as much as you can. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such interesting and informative videos, and press that bell icon for regular updates on our channel. Until then, goodbye.